Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Welcome Liner welcomes you. What just happened? Why do we have two chats here? Oh, this is YouTube chat. Oh, I never fixed this. Oh no. Hang on. Remove. Then I don't think I fixed this at all. Let me see something here. Oh no, it's alright. Okay, well, Etrian Odyssey Untold Virtual Remix, Red Sun, Episode 5, and the last episode of the main story. Phantom of the Forest, our first quest for today. Do you know about the door with the purple crystal on B11F? Several adventurers are saying that they have heard a girl's voice from beyond the door on B7F. I can't believe there will be a girl by herself out in the forest. Maybe it's just a whim, but a job's a job. Be careful, just in case. Remembrance of a friend. Decided to take the request, have you? Those two adventurers, they were so close. They said they would find the mysteries of the labyrinth together and retire in happiness. I'm sorry, I need to tell you about the job. The client has dug a grave on B1F and would like you to make some offerings that the deceased would like. Here's the location of the gravesite. The common offering here in Etrian is a tiny petal you can take in the forest, but that may be a bit too ordinary. Why don't you ask people in town what makes for a good offering? They might give you some advice. How's the quest going? Did you find something good to place as an offering on B1F? Tiny petal for the first stratum is the common gift, but it's just a bit lonely. Everybody liked him, so I'm sure there are better suggestions. Keep it up, everyone. Alright, so we gotta help an old man pass in peace. An offering? Oh, you must have accepted that quest. A shame about them. Well, the usual gift is a tiny petal, but how about a crab apple? You can take them pretty easily down on B2F. I only suggest it because he used to really enjoy meals made out of them. So basically we need to talk to the villagers. Not everyone in Etria, but we talk to them and then they'll eventually give us their opinions on what we should give to the deceased. Blech. I remember the man. He was a protector who was trying to decide whether to get a weapon or a shield. In the end, he bought a charge. Said he needed to protect something. I guess he won't be coming back to the shop no more. Yeah, you just get by charge from her and everything's as is. Oh, right. I accidentally skipped over his dialogue. I didn't think there would be dialogue that he would have. But he gives you the pipe tobacco in order to give it to the deceased. If you're going to use smoke, it may as well be something that smells good, right? I don't know if the deceased smoked or not, but it's a little something. Offer this at the grave. You can talk to Austin for a gift. You can also talk to Rosa. A graveside offering? Well, how about a wreath made from herbs? Herbs. H is silent. I just so happen to be in the middle of making so cordials. Herb wreath. Herb wreath? Wreath? Wraith? Herbs fend off evil, or so my grandmother often used to tell me. I'm sure it will protect both the living and the resting. A grave offering? She posted a job about that. It's rare for adventurers to even get graves. I think a flower is fine. This is just me thinking out loud, but he loved liquor, even if he couldn't handle it. He likes sweet ones. I shared my stuff with him a lot. We once split some expensive sap wine and he was amazed. He used to say that he wanted to be strong enough to go to the 4th stratum to get it himself. I said too much. He really was a wuss. Oh, don't say that. And I don't think he gives you any advice. Oh, never mind. An offering? Would you be referring to the adventurer who was recently laid to rest in the labyrinth? I remember him and his lover well. They were both enthusiastic explorers of the labyrinth. She came here asking for permission to have his grave placed in the forest the other day, so I'd heard about it. As to an offering, how about hard shard? I know that similar things were commonly used as building materials in his hometown. Being laid to rest here in Etria, so far from his birthplace, it may help ease his spirit. If I remember correctly, you can mine for it on B17F. Well, let's head on over there. Or wait, they just picked up everything off screen. I guess it did. There's a small yet carefully made gravestone here. A small bouquet of flowers lies before it. Place an offering? You offer crabapple, targe, tiny petal, sap wine, hard shard, herb breath, pipe tobacco. You place the offerings you collected from town on a grave. The once lonely grave is now overflowing with outpourings of warmth from other people. You have no doubt more than completed the quest to give offerings. All that remains is a report to the pub. You say a prayer for the man you have never met, and silently leave. Alright, and we're done with that. Good work, everyone. Perhaps he was lucky to even have a grave. Lots of adventurers who die in the labyrinth don't get that much. But it's always better to just not die in the first place. I want you all to remember that. One more thing. The client's here right now, actually. She wants to talk to you. Why don't you go see what she has to say? And so we talk to her. Hello. Thank you for accepting the quest. I was surprised to see offerings. Even I forgot that he was interested in some of those things. You asked about him, huh? So everybody remembers him. He's no longer with us, but there are others besides me who remember him and look up to him. I think I'm finally past it. Now I can talk about him with everyone. Thank you for doing this quest. Seeing you do it so thoroughly, it's made me so happy. Will you accept these? They were dear to him. I want you to have them. If he knew what you'd done today, I'm sure he'd have handed them over to you with a smile. Thank you so much. Alright, now to properly explore Lost Shinjuku. Now that I think about it, I never really because I made it to here a long time ago, but I didn't check the geomagnetic pull right here, so I couldn't quick jump to it. I had to access the floor from the fourth stratum. Sorry about the background noise. Pylon crab. Now that I think about it, this is the first time I've seen warning cones like this. To me, they've always been orange or red. I've never seen stripes like that before. We can actually access B22F right away, but we can't go any further because they're all covered in shortcuts. So I think I also missed something on that spot right there. I wasn't paying attention. Oshify stands before you. Its mechanism is still now. We can't do anything about that. They do look like elevator doors, though. Just auto mapping. There actually aren't that many notable puzzles here, mainly because there aren't any to begin with. A wall with a large crack in it looms before you. If you could succeed in breaking the wall down, it may create a new path. Try hitting the wall. You vigorously apply your weapons to a large crack in the wall before you. The attempt results in a loud racket, but little else. If you still hope to knock a hole in the wall, you must redouble your efforts. Continue striking the wall. As you continue to batter at the crack in the wall with all available force, it eventually begins to crumble. You look expectantly ahead, but when the dust settles, all that lies beyond is another pristine wall. Attempting to break down this undamaged wall would be sheer futility. You abandon your hopes of forging a new path. The only silver lining is that the rubble from the wall you broke could easily fetch a high price at the market. You decide to at least gather the debris and bring it back with you. As you gather what you can, you realize that your situation has become rather precarious. Uh-oh. A horde of monsters, attracted by the din of your bashing at the wall, has come to see what prey might be on offer. Chopper hairs. Alright, I'm gonna have to fit around with the mic settings for a bit. Give me one moment. Okay. I think that's good enough. Wait. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let's go, Kiru! Another passable dead end. And nothing much we can do over here, I think. Yep. We will be back here later. Off screen. As I was saying earlier, you can access B22F like this, but they all come up with dead ends, and you have to find the correct route. Alright, well. Wait, we seriously went back? Oh, right. I don't really know what I was doing right there. I think I was trying to see if I can already unlock floor jumping, but no. Yeah, I think I was testing that. Even if we even if we saw a B-22F, the only way we can unlock floor jumping from that is to find the correct path, like I said. There are some FOEs here. We'll take care of that. We'll take care of that one eventually. The red aura is menacing. X-Frogs. Those are annoying because they inflict curse status ailment. Thankfully we got Kiru to heal up, assuming he gets it first. Nope. Treasure chest. First status effects, they're a pain. At least the enemies all have status effects too. Nice. Oh yeah, for this particular FOE, it doesn't pay much attention to you, but if you're fighting a regular enemy in its pathway, it will actually charge at you. And we beat it on the first turn, so it doesn't make this enemy go into alert. Floor jump is now available. The Steel Rendezvous. And that's another elevator. You can even see the ride button at the top right. To some people, they might think that these enemies are hitting harder than they should, but I disagree, because it gets much worse in the 6th stratum. As you travel through the giant building, you see something familiar near the ceiling at a dead end. It looks from your perspective like an Ariadne thread, an essential tool for explorers like yourselves. It seems the thread could be claimed simply by reaching upwards. Be sure of the ceiling, having no shortage of Ariadne threads at the moment, you decide to leave. As you jump up and down, trying to reach the thread, your hand eventually brushes it and you manage to pull it down. But once the thread is in hand, you can plainly tell that its texture is not that of an Ariadne thread. Sadly, the cord you had so desperately sought was a plain spider's thread. You slump your shoulders, only to feel a sense of dread in the pits of your stomach. You turn to see the spiders whose lair this must be, champing their sharp, chitinous forelegs at you. Uh-oh. That's not so bad. Slumber web. Those are gonna make for good accessories. What if I finally realize I don't have the encounter lowering effect? Nope. I didn't realize it right now. Or not at all. Oh, that's not great. No, Des. Damn, Des. Decided to take your request, have you? Do you remember the Ivory Princess? Thanks to your help, she can now sleep, but her nightmares haven't stopped. The nightmares had started becoming more and more realistic, with monsters coming from the forest and attacking. You might think it's just a dream, right? But apparently her dreams have always had perfected properties. Her father got worried and has decided to make this posting to investigate the labyrinth. If there aren't any monsters, great, but if there are, he wants you to eliminate them. Either way, it will put his daughter at ease. So, would you go patrol the first floor of the labyrinth? It's hard to believe someone's dreams could tell the future, but be careful anyway. The Crystal Maiden. Decided to take a request, have you? The client has always won her family's distinctive blue crystal, and to be honest, it looks good on her. But she says she's no longer satisfied with just that. She wants to try wearing crystals of other colors. Crystals! For now, she wants to obtain 3 shiny vines. Vines made of beautiful crystals. I'd like to see one myself. Good luck. Reversal of the poles. Decided to take a request, have you? This job is strange. When you're on B18F, you somehow end up back at the entrance before you realize it. I don't get it. I didn't get it explaining it to you. But the people at the hall are all confused about it as well. They want someone to investigate it. Good luck. The Rada is... Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. That was a jump cut that I wasn't expecting. You're familiar with this peaceful section of the forest. There is no indication of impending monster attack. Spoke too soon. As you are about to leave, a soldier stops and questions you. You look like some very experienced adventurers. What are you doing hanging around in a place like this? You explain the quest you undertook regarding the Ivory Princess's dreams. You said that? Well, as you can see, the forest is as quiet as ever. Isn't it? Come to think of it, it could be a little too quiet. I can't even hear birds chirping. You need a soldier's strength to listen to anything strange, but suddenly the roars of monsters ring out. What was that? I've never heard a sound like that come up here on B1F. Could it really be monsters? You will have to explore this floor to seek out what made that noise. The instant you step foot in the grove, an uncountable number of vicious gazes turn towards you. These must be the monsters the Ivory Princess dreamed of. You must not let a single monster into town. So you really can't let them into the entrance or else bad things happen. What's the name of this boss again? Because I forgot to set this one. Oh yeah, Nightmare Beast. Aha! HP is 6650, attack is 57, defense is 42, weak against ice, and resists fire. Its skills are Bloody Claws. Using its arms, it deals damage to entire row of party members. Charge. Using its head, it powers up the next attack. And Knockout. Using its head, it has a chance of inflicting sleep to the entire party. But they're not wrong calling it a nightmare beast. Just find the heads though and you'll be fine. Yeah. It tries going for a knockout, but it can't even do that. Well, its arms are sealed, so it can't use that attack. And we just beat it. I also want to point out that I used the wrong element. Fierce monsters have been defeated, and the labyrinth returns to its former peacefulness. You have fought off all the monsters that have been preparing to attack the town. Nice. Good work. Her dream really did turn out to be real. But you defeated the monsters. Now she can finally rest easy. Maybe now she won't be troubled by such nightmares any longer. Everyone's calling you the heroes of the town now, you know. I was given a little something from the hall as a reward for protecting the town, so you get a bonus. Thank you, everyone. Sonic Dagger. Right, nice. The instant you set foot on B18F, you begin to feel a strange atmosphere around you. A soldier for the hall notices you and approaches. Are you the adventurers sent to investigate? I'm sure you've heard the details, but let me go over them. As it stands now, when you're walking about on this floor, you'll suddenly be returned to the entrance. Through our investigations, we've determined that the cause of this phenomenon is the geomagnetic field. If you can reach a certain point on this floor, the field should realign and this situation will be resolved. But I'm ashamed to say that we've never been able to reach that spot. We get sent back here every time. We've figured out that from here. You can go straight to the wall. That's it. I hate to ask this, but can you get to this specific location for us? I'm sure your experienced adventurers like you will be able to find a way through. Good luck then. After hearing the explanation, you begin your investigation of this mystery. So this is one of those puzzles where I guess it's pretty much is like trial and error. Or so it seems at first. But really you just gotta keep on hitting the walls. And then go in a counterclockwise motion. We do find a culprit behind all this though. As you make progress through the maze, you see a member of the forest folk ahead. Upon seeing you, the denizen suddenly attacks. So we fight a Diabolix. It's a regular FOE, and I've already explained the stats in the last episode anyways, so... Still kind of a pain, but not an FOE we're not used to. It's already almost dead. And there we go. As you deliver the finishing blow, the Labyrinth native falls to the ground. But she dies with a smile on her face. The strangeness of this fills you with foreboding. When she finally perishes, a small stone rolls from her hand and stops at your feet. You pick up the stone and examine it, noticing a strange painting of a beast. Perhaps this stone has something to do with the geomagnetic field. You decide to take it with you. You stand at what is believed to be the source of the problem in the geomagnetic field. There's a stone monument here. You can see a small hole in the monument in which something might fit. You can try to insert the painted stone you found if you want to. When you place the stone in the hole, a bright light suddenly pierces through every wall, blinding you. When the light fades, the strange feeling that had developed this floor seems to have faded with it. It would appear that the problem with the geomagnetic field has been resolved. You don't understand the logic, but it would seem that removing this stone is what caused the phenomenon. As you stop and consider this, the soldier you spoke to previously comes running up to you. That strange feeling is gone. Red Sun, was it? You're an incredible band of adventurers. You explain what you have found, and the soldier nods with a serious expression on his face. A strange monument, and the stone was removed. Alright, I'll report to Rada Hall and have them look into it. Soldier thanks you once again and leaves. If you completed this quest, you should return to the pub and report your progress. Good work, I'm glad you came back safely. But still, what was going on in there? Stone monument, and a stone with the beast painted on it. I think the hall will do its own thorough investigation later. Let's wait to see what they have to say. Here you go, your reward. And there will be something more or less linked to it, but we don't access it now. And now, we get to fight an FOE. Bone Lizard. HP is 16,280. Attack is 61, defense is 35. It's weak to everything apparently. But it resists a number of status effects and binds. Its skills are... Oh no, wait. Oh, the element it resists would be Volt, that's it. Every other element and physical attack it's weak to. Its skills are Devour. Using its head, it does immediately attack to the entire party. And Evil Eye. Using its head, it may curse one target. All the more reason to be trying to headbind the guy. Will it happen? I don't really know. Oh, never mind, it just did. Okay. FLEs usually don't take longer than 6 minutes unless something is wrong, so... Oh yeah, I think I was trying to, like, get a item drop from him. Yep, there we go. And now we just need to hope that... Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, there we go. Torn Heart. Just need to kill it while it was poisoned. That's all it was. Ah, it's you lot. Why don't you take a seat? I've reached a good place to take a break in my research. I have time for a story if you're willing to listen. It's a fact that you'll want to avoid having your arms and legs bound as much as possible. In the forest, at least. What happens outside the forest? This is especially important for adventurers or detectives like me, for whom a single mistake could be deadly. Well, let me see now. This story is about a time when a certain ruffian attacked me after a misunderstanding. And we all had a good laugh afterwards. I didn't expect to get carried away for so long. You can come ask me for a story if you like my expertise. But in exchange, there is something I would like to do here at Nova. You might notice some smoke and the odd smell or two, but would that be alright? Will you let Austin work here? Why not? Ah, thank you. I expected that you would agree to it. Rosa said I need your permission, but now she has nothing to complain about. I need to make something in order to corner him. Aradur. I'll tell you more about it once I'm finished. I don't suppose you have much free time meters. Don't you have other matters to attend to? As you walk through the poison marsh, you suddenly hear the shrill voice of a young girl echoing from afar. Could the rumors of a young girl living in the forest be true? You decide to take caution as you continue on ahead. Someone, help! You can faintly hear a young girl crying for help. Following the voice has led you to a door deep within the poison marsh. It would appear that the girl's voice was coming from behind this door. You can choose to search for the girl, or leave this place if you want to. I like how they're straight up telling you to leave this place if you want to. but for good reason. Welcome, adventurers. As you pass through the doors, you hear the high-pitched voice of a girl. However, you see not a girl, but a monster that appears to be some fusion of woman and plant. This monster lured you here with its cries. The Alraune. Oh shoot, I forgot what the stats. HP is 22,000. Attack is 70, defense is 52. It's weak against fire, but is completely immune to ice and volt. It resists stun, fear, curse, panic, paralysis, headbinds, and arm binds, and is immune to petrify and instant death. Its skills are Frost Smile. Using its head, it deals an ice elemental attack that pierces to the back row and may cause stun. Tendril Thrash. Using its legs, it deals a bash attack that hits random targets multiple times. Flame Sly. Using its arms, it deals a fire elemental attack that slashes to adjacent party members. Lightning, using its head, deals Volt elemental attack that hits the entire party and may cause headbind. Ancient Pollen, one of the most deadliest ones. Using its head, it inflicts random status ailments to the entire party. The Vampire Kiss, using its head, it drains HP from one target. And Spider Lily. Using no body parts, it may instantly kill one target. So there's no restriction for that. Just burning alive. Yeah, Ancient Pollen is no joke. Look at all that. Just gotta be really careful with this. I actually didn't pay much attention to the progress of defeating the Alraune. That lightning hurts. Honestly, Curse kind of helps. Well, I mean, you still need to refresh them, right? But... Oh no, Miho's dead, no. I don't have that much nectar on me, too. Oh, Aru's dead. Okay. Oh, great. I don't have any more nectars either. Way to go, me. I totally prepared all this. Very efficiently. Oh, she's dead just like in the battle, in the last battle in episode 4. With the final mighty blow, the monster falls to the ground with a shrill cry. You were able to defeat the monster. There should be no more victims led astray by its trickery. You should return to the pub to report in. Nice. Good work. I never imagined there would be a monster that disguises itself as a girl to lure its prey in. It took the lives of many adventurers. I'm glad you made it back. Why don't you take a rest? You climb down the stairs in the mysterious ruins. As you step off the last stair, a wall directly in front of you obstructs your path. Before you turn to head back, you notice a paper yellowed with age lying on the floor. You can vaguely make out words on the paper, which seems to be on the verge of disintegrating. Those left trapped, Yggdrasil become food, Etrian. Only worry, Vyzil, husband alone. Unimagined, Ines, the death, what saddens me. Before you can make out the entire message, the paper turns to dust in your hand. Must have been an extremely old letter. As nothing else here catches your eye, you decide to leave this place. Alright, our next FOE, Ice Claws. HP is 6,220. Attack is 58, defense is 50. It's weak to fire and volt and resists all physical attacks. And completely immune to ice, not surprising. Status resistance is Stun, Instant Death, Petrify, Fear, Panic, Paralysis, Blind, Arm Bind, and Leg Bind. Its skills are Frozen Sight, using its arms. It deals melee ice attack to one party member. Medium damage, may instantly kill. Frozen Fury, using its arms, it deals 3 to 5 random ice attacks across the party, with low accuracy. And Blind Blade. Using its arms, it does a melee cut attack to one line and may blind. These things can instantly kill you, no joke. And if it doesn't instantly kill you, it deals heavy damage. If I'm gonna be real with you, when it came to skills using the weapons, for a long time, they never had any elements imbued to them. Like, the problem with the element attribution in this game is that they only apply to regular attacks. They don't apply to any skills. This was changed in Nexus, like their latest game. If there's a weapon skill, it uses the element that's attached to it. But that's only been introduced in Nexus. Nice. As you walk through the labyrinth, you spot a familiar object on the ground and crouch down. It's a common apple. Its sheen is quite beautiful, and at a glance you think it looks fresh. However, in the absence of any apple trees around, presence here seems rather suspicious. You consider whether or not to try eating the apple. Eat the apple? Why not? We'll eat it. Maria, I choose you. Maria picks up the apple and takes a cautious bite. Immediately upon doing so, Maria scowls. What you have found appears to be an ersatz and quite inedible apple. Maria suffers some mental anguish over biting into the disgusting apple. Maria lost 10 TP. As you travel through the giant building, you see something familiar near the ceiling at a dead end. It looks from your perspective like an Ariadne thread, an essential tool for explorers like yourselves. It seems the thread could be claimed simply by reaching up for it. Uh-oh. Is another one gonna happen? As you jump up and down, trying to reach the thread, your hand eventually brushes it, and you manage to pull it down. But once the thread is in hand, you can plainly tell that its texture is not that of an Ariadne thread. The string is very tough, with such sharp edges that if you were to hold it tight, it would cut into your flesh. You are sure Shuleka would have a use for it if you sold it to her. But the find was not what you had expected. You place it in your pack and leave satisfied. Gummy wire. Alright, and we turn in that quest. Good work, everyone. This shiny vine is beautiful. Starting to want one now. I wish some wonderful man would give me one as a present. More quests. The Gold Enthusiast 2. Decided to take your request, have you? The gold fur can be found dropped by a giant beast that lives in the labyrinth. The client wants 10 of them so he can wear gold all over his body. But what fashion sense, huh? I've seen the Golden Baron a couple times before, and well, it's not nice to talk about others' fashion sense, is it? At any rate, he's paying good money for this, so good luck. sister's parting gift. Decided to take the request, have you? This request is to bring 5 wings that bring good luck. The client's brother is going on a journey to somewhere far away, and she wants to make a charm for him. Unfortunately, she doesn't know the name of the father she wants you to get for her. Her description is, they're bee wings that are pretty like angels, and she saw them in the compendium. Maybe you'll find what she's looking for in your compendium as well. Okay, that's helpful, I guess. Alright, another FOE. D Solar. HP is 7190. Attack is 59, defense is 46. No weaknesses or resistances of any kind. Its skills are Charge. Using its head, it increases the power of the next physical attack. Rending Claws. Using its arms, it deals melee cut attack with a piercing effect. And Furious Slash. Using its arms, it deals multiple slash attacks against random party members. It doesn't have any weaknesses or resistances, but it does have a conditional drop where you need to kill the D-Solar with a fire-based skill. Honestly, I don't think I remembered it at this fight. If I did, I wouldn't be spamming Volt. The Soul's arms have been sealed. That'll help. And there we have it. As you walk through what must be the interior of a giant structure, you find a vine that reflects oddly. You touch it carefully and discover the vine is made of crystal. Chileka would no doubt place a high price on it. You strongly consider tearing it off the wall by force. You pull at the vine with all your might, but it does not yield. You come away with little but blood-speckled hands. Ow. The party loses 10 HP. However, the crystal vine has come very slightly loose from the wall. Working through the pain, you dig deeper for more strength until at last the vine begins to come away. With a last mighty pull, the vine tears. Why am I skipping this? You are somewhat the worse for wear, but the crystal vine is now securely in your hands. You get to your feet with your treasure in hand and decide to quit this place. Weird. Tiny vine. You happen upon glossy fruit, unlike any you have seen in labyrinths until now. It has the appearance of glass on its surface, but its shape resembles that of a fruit. It may be dangerous to bite into, But as the saying goes, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nepha bites into the mysterious fruits for a moment. Contrary to its appearance, the fruit is unbelievably juicy. Sour taste does wonders for Nepha's taste buds. Nepha has recovered 120 HP and 80 TP. Nice. I refuse the death. Decided to take a request, have you? You thought the reward is pretty low too, huh? I usually don't put up jobs if I think the reward isn't worth it. But the client here is a small child. His mother has been stricken with a disease for a long time, and her medicine is less and less effective. The boy came here with all the money he had, hoping somebody could find a cure for his mother's illness. He was crying, asking for help for the adventurers of Etria, To him, this is a lifetime's fortune. I didn't refuse him. I'm glad you guys accepted the job. Please, help the boy's mother. However, I don't know what he needs, or how to get it. I'm sorry. I believe there's a medicine woman here. You may learn something from her. You're taking this quest? Do you remember what was causing that weirdness on B18F with the stone monument? After researching the monument, the Hall has determined that the statue was sealing away a violent monster. That phenomenon was caused because the seal was broken. It was so destructive that it had to be sealed away. We can't afford to allow it to run around loose now. Reports say that it headed east from the geomagnetic field to a hidden area on B16. The monster is incredibly powerful. They say it's only a matter of time before we start seeing casualties. I'm back alive. Hello? Huh? You want to talk with me? What is it? Ah, I understand your situation. I would be glad to assist you. First, in order to create a remedy, I need some ingredients from the newfound 5th stratum. Mugwort, Death Stem, and Red Blood. I require one of each. Then I will be able to create a remedy that will work on your client's mother. The tree in front of you has been scored by giant claws. From the looks of it, these claw marks were recently created. Near the tree, you see a pool of blood. That's not ominous at all. These must have been caused by the formerly sealed monster. Yet no doubts that a powerful beast lies in wait down this path. You must take care as you continue on. After walking down the path hidden by trees, you come upon a set of doors. It is eerily quiet inside. It is as if the entire forest is holding its breath in apprehension. The sealed monster must be inside. If you are ready to fight, you can continue within the doors. Behind the doors in a silent room, an uncanny beast awaits. As it poses before you with its wings spread, you suddenly feel an intense wave of deja vu. I've just been in this place before. The beast's body, scorpion's tail, and human expression. This is exactly the same as the painting on stone. There is no doubt now that this is a sealed monster. There is still time to escape. You must choose whether to fight this powerful fiend or flee. About that. Let's go. Manticore. HP is 13,000. Attack is 52, defense is 40. No weaknesses of the physical kind, but does resist all elements. Its status resistances are Stun, Fear, Curse, Sleep, Panic, Paralysis, Poison, Blind, and all the binds. And it's immune to Petrify and Instant Death. Its skills are Poison Tail. Using its legs, It deals a ranged stab attack to the entire party and may poison. Dark Claw. Using its arms, it deals a melee cut attack to the entire party. It may blind or curse. Demon's Croon. Using its head, it may induce sleep or fear to the entire party. Or Petra Voice. Using its head, it may inflict panic or petrify to the entire party. Also, what the Manticore can do is, it can take half the damage of the first attack of the turn, I believe. It's annoying because it means you can't make use of elemental weaknesses caused by Fantasias. Yeah, like that. I think this is one of the longer battles that I had to experience. Thank goodness Healing Lullaby exists. Okay, yeah, it's not the first turn. It just sometimes does that. It's annoying. Stigmata actually helped this time. Oh, I actually got it to be cursed. Nice. That's looking okay so far. Not sure how long it'll last though. Oh yeah, there we go. Spoke too soon. No, Bell! Another Petra voice. Oh, great. At least Lunachine wasn't affected. Oh yeah, she needs HP. TP. Come on, Lily, give us a good land. Ow. Oh. Nice! Panicked. And I don't have Nectar again. Jeez. Alright, this should bring her back up. There we go. Still panicked. Oh, cool. Almost there. Ah, he's no longer panicked. Darn it. Exit out of Vault. Oh boy. Ah, it's all cool. We got him. Alright. After a fierce battle, the monster from the sealed falls dead. You have succeeded in defeating the powerful beast. The threats from the sealed monster has been put to rest. You should report back to the pub and claim your reward. Oh, I skipped ahead. You beat a monster that no one ever has before. Wow. I'd say you're more dangerous than it. I'm just kidding. Still, you did a great job. Thank you. This is your reward. You've earned it. Let me turn this a little bit higher. Maybe that might help a bit. Oh yeah, here's our next boss. The Wyvern. HP is 22,500. Attack is 80, defense is 55. Weak to ice, resists fire, and immune to volt. Status resistance is stun, fear, panic, blind, arm bind, and leg bind. Status immunity is petrify and instant death. Its skills are Wing Talon. Using its arms, it deals massive cut damage to a single party member. Tail Strike. Using its legs, it causes massive stab damage to a single party member, and splashes to adjacent party members. Whirlwind. Using its arms, it has a high chance of binding the legs of the entire party. And Burning Ray. Using its head, it deals massive volt elemental damage to a single party member. Boy, that's tough. Honestly, I think Twy and Kiru here are more than enough to handle the binds. And at the same time, it could have done a lot better with this, but Shocked Fantasia definitely helps here. Lower the amount of damage as necessary from volt attacks. Well, it's blinded. That should help quite a bit. Come on guys, you're almost there. And that's a whirlwind. Let me turn this back down. Okay. No, Stella! Can we res her before the boss is defeated? Ow. Oh, yep, there he goes. Alright, that's all the bosses we have for now, except for one more FOE. Good work, everyone. The client was thrilled to hear that Red Sun took his job. He became a fan of yours after hearing the stories. He says he's cheering for you. If anything else turns up, he says he'll ask for you specially. You've become famous. Yay! Road of Inner Sorrow. Refreshing water is dripping onto the stump. Here's our fountain for the stratum. On the ground before you lies a small Ankh-shaped medal. Ankh? Ankh? You have no earthly idea what value it could be to anyone. Oh yeah, I kinda skip on ahead because, I don't know. Basically nothing happens and there are like six of them in total. Here's our next FOE, Arboreal Hulk. HP is 9400, attack is 63, defense 48, no weaknesses or resistances. Its skills are Rush, using its legs, it deals physical attack to the entire party, only used when its HP is under 50%. Strike Up, using its head, it deals damage to one target on a front line, and then pierces through lines hitting a party member in the back line. And Fearsome Roar, using its head, it has the chance to inflict fear on the whole party. Oh yeah, I put in a wrong refresh. Darn it. Gotta hate the fear effect. Almost there. Nice. Climb up the stairs in the mysterious ruins. As you step off the last stair, a wall directly in front of you obstructs your path. You notice a paper yellowed with age lying on the floor. You can vaguely make out the words on the paper. Honor 7 Committee. Devise destruction. Save Earth. Before you can make out the entire it just disintegrates like the others. As you walk through the building, you come across a more open area with a startling array of chairs. They come in two types, one with wheels at the legs, and another that's blue and spherical. There are enough of both types for you all to take a seat and rest, should you so desire. Let's sit on the wheelchairs. We can pretend to be old people that way. You decide to sit on the wheelchair and rest for a while. Wheelchairs. The wheels aside, these chairs are surprisingly comfortable, doing a great deal to soothe your exhausted bodies. Body recovers 50 HP and 30 TP. When you stand back up to resume your journey, the spherical chairs you left untouched suddenly begin to move. Uh-oh. What you had taken for chairs were in fact monsters curled up into balls. The moment they see you, they begin to charge at your party. Plated rollers. Alright. Wow. When all the monsters have been defeated, you notice that not a chair in the room is in a fit state to be used anymore. They must have been irreparably damaged during your battle. Unfortunate though is that you cannot rest as you had hoped. You can only go on with your investigation. There is an oddly shaped box here. It has what appears to be a handle, allowing one to open it. When you do so, Frigid air pours out to the box. Within its mysterious confines, you find a medicine bottle. If you want, you can nominate someone from your party to try drinking the medicine from the mysterious cold box. Let's give it to Echo. Echo steps forward nervously and takes a swig from the medicine bottle. I think she'd be the kind of to chug it instead. Like, no hesitation whatsoever. After a few minutes, though, Echo says the warmth has spread through their entire body, greatly energizing them. Wow. 700 HP and CP. It seems this medicine was intended to revitalize one when exhausted. Great for the luck you find in this hostile environment, you return to your investigation. What kind of medicine did we invent in the past? You have all the necessary ingredients for the remedy? Amazing! Very well, I'll begin making the remedy for you right away. Please wait right here. Sorry to keep you waiting, I've completed the remedy. Hurry and take it to the hostess, I'm sure she's anxiously awaiting you. Panacea. Oh shoot, wait. It just started to lag? Hang on. Okay, there we go. I've been waiting for you, everyone. Good work. That's the medicine? I'll give it to him immediately. I gave him the medicine. I don't know if it's just me, but his mom looks a bit better. He feels so happy. The client only has his mother. If she died, he would be all alone. Being alone is a sad thing. I'm so glad he didn't have to go through that. And it's all because of you. Thank you, Red Sun. Will you accept this? It's a token of my own appreciation. Old shield. Huh. From where? This was parting gift. Complete. Good work, everyone. I'll take the items. Ah, angel wings. No wonder she said they were like angels. Using something with such a lovely name will surely keep her brother safe from danger. On top of that, they were collected by great adventurers. It has to work. The clients will be able to send her brother off with a smile. Then I believe there's 2 more quests upon reaching the 5th stratum. While passing through the ancient buildings, you find some sort of unknown device. A contraption of glass and metal is installed against the wall at the rear of the room. You notice a kind of switch or button within reach on the device's center. You consider the ramifications of turning on an unknown device inside ancient ruins. Push! With great trepidation, you slowly push the button. The device gives off a sudden, unearthly grinding noise. A low, dreadful sound echoes through the room, and you hear something moving far away. It seems a device somewhere in these ancient ruins has been activated. But what was it? You rack your brain trying to remember what you've seen thus far. But whether you recall or not, you're certain to run across it sooner or later. So this helps us turn on the elevators. You notice a pleasant breeze blowing in from outside and pause briefly. It might be nice to take a short break whilst you gaze at the view outside from a nearby window. Take a break? You decide to gaze at the buildings you can see from the window as a way of taking a rest from your arduous journey. You sigh and wonder at being inside such a large building, with many more like it visible in the distance. The view seems to have been perfect for relieving your tension, since you notice less tightness in your shoulders now. Party recovers 40 CP. Feeling greatly refreshed, you decide to continue exploring the building. A moment of epiphany. As you step into one of the building's smaller rooms, you suddenly hear some sort of tune. You listen closer, perplexed at hearing a melody here, and realize that it is no ordinary tune. It sounds as if someone is singing. Before you have recovered from your surprise, the singing voice fades. As eerie as it seems to contemplate, could there be someone nearby? What am I standing around here for? Alright, because I need to examine it. You stand in the spots where you heard the singing before and look around, but you see no one and sense nothing. Where could that voice have come from? It will come up later. Post-game. Lost pet reward offered. Decided to take the request, have you? The young man at the inn made this request. His pet tree rat ran away. Her name is Latch, and she has a ribbon on her tail. That's about all you have to go on. He said she ran off while he was taking her for a walk. Latch has a habit of going deep into the forest. Can you search for a deeper sections of the forest for Latch? Latche? The client gave me some of Latch's favorite cheese. She should come out if you put it on the ground near her. If you need more cheese, ask me. Goda. Hidden treasure. Decided to take the request, have you? This is from a treasure hunter. He says he's looking for an egg laid by a mantis with ice claws. You can ask him for more info yourself. He's drinking over there. Is there something you wish to speak with me about? Oh, you took the quest? Thanks. I was reading this old book I found collecting dust in my house. I found a sketch of a mantis with ice claws. It had a ghastly beauty that's deadliness only made more apparent. The book says that the mantis lays eggs after spending some time chopping material for its burrows. I really want to see one of these eggs. A normal person like me can't set foot in the forest, so I posted a job. And you're taking it on then? So, go find me a glacier The book said you can sometimes find eggs by searching chopping places the mantis had spent some time at. Most times you'll only find leavings from the plants it was chopping, so don't give up if you don't find one. We eventually get it after trial and error. Join the Glacieroteca. It's humongous and beautiful. That color is very pretty, but it's so big. Just very, very big. You know what? Just seeing one of these in person is enough for me. You can keep it. I don't have any shelf space at home to display that. So yeah, thanks for doing that job for me. Talk to the lady at the bar for the reward, okay? See you later, adventurers. Good work, everyone. Was that a tough quest? It was easy, it was tough, it was like any other. You really are turning out to be one of the top guilds, you know? Well, here's the reward. You notice something run through a hole in the wall. It may be the tree rats you are looking for. So that's not really the case. You might encounter dead ends where you think the rat might be in, but that's not really the case. You see a pack of beasts scatter ahead. They seem to be swarming over something, but you cannot tell what might be at the center of the pile. The only way you can see to do so would be to defeat the monsters and inspect the area when all is at peace. Challenge the beasts? Thinking that it would be best to make their first move, you draw your weapons to charge into the fray. So we gotta go through 3 encounters here in order to get there. You manage to defeat the gathered beasts, but in the process realize your folly in challenging them to battle. For lo and behold, the commotion of your struggle has attracted other beasts now arriving on the scene. The only way out is through combat. Prepare yourselves and fight for your lives. Boy, oh boy, more random encounters, oh boy. Nice. Now for the third battle. Just when it seems you have defeated all the beasts, a large and fierce-looking creature remains. Intent on finishing the battle this time, you drop your shoulders and dash towards the beast. Abirusa. That's a big guy. It's honestly not a stretch to think that it's an FOE disguised as a regular encounter. You gasp and pant for breath after defeating the last of the beasts. Only now can you see what he's fought for. This place is unusual from the rest of the region in that a variety of nuts can be found growing here. These must be what caused the beasts to swarm here. You can try eating the nuts to replenish the stamina lost in the battle. Eat the nuts. When you taste the nut, it is so delicious that you can easily see why the beasts were so attracted. All your weirdness from the battle is quickly forgotten. Risu was right about the nuts. There are no other ripe-looking nuts here, but over time the smaller ones will grow and be ready to eat. You decide to note the location of this place before proceeding further into the building. You know something run through the hole in the wall. It may be the tree rats you are looking for. Set the cheese as a lure. You place the cheese on the ground in the hopes of luring out the rats. A small rat with a ribbon on its tail races from the hole and begins nibbling at the cheese. You grab the rat and place it in a sturdy box along with the rest of the cheese. The quest has been completed. Return to the pub to deliver latch to her owner. And that's the last of the requests. Ooh, good work, everyone. Well, that's cute. The ribbon is a nice touch. So, where'd you find her? B25F? Surprised a little rat like her was safe down there. Still, I'm glad she's okay. I'll take her to her owner. Alright, boys and girls. As you tread what seems to be the deepest part of the forest, you find a massive door. You reach for its handle, but stop when a voice suddenly speaks out. Mark well before my words before you open that door. The chieftain whom you spoke to so often, Radahal, appears, a grave look on his face. He moves to stand between you and the door as he speaks. You have done well to defeat such skilled warriors as the Forest Folk, Ren, and Tlatka. Truly, none who have traveled the Yggdrasil Labyrinth are your equals. Come with me to town, and I'll see to it you receive the fame and fortune you deserve. The chieftain's promise tempts you, but your gaze is still drawn to the massive door. You stand torn between taking him up on an offer and finding the truth behind the door. That's what lies beyond the door? Beyond that door. The chief barks a hollow laugh and seems to choose his next words very carefully. Why, the truth of Yggdrasil? Will you be the ones to finally witness the labyrinth's secrets? His tone becomes harsh, as if to reproach you for daring to ask. Oh, if you wish to know the things I know, then by all means go through the door. But if you're not willing to stake your life on the truth, then don't waste your time. The chieftain falls silent, and then slowly disappears beyond the door standing before you. If you enter, be prepared. In exchange for your lives, I will tell you the labyrinth's secrets. The door swings firmly closed on the chieftain's words. Your heart's pounding. You think carefully before deciding your next move. There's still time to prepare in town before pursuing the chieftain through the door. Here we go. You produce a piece of metal given to you by the two adventurers. As you bring it near the door, noise of a lock lifting sounds through the passage. Long, long ago, a civilization greater than our own flourished. Its people had solved all the world's mysteries and had power to rival the gods. This power was called science. Mankind gained dominion over nature and life itself. But humanity's technology also cast a dark shadow over its future. Their forecasts and projections increasingly showed their own imminent demise. In destroying the environment, humans were making their own habitats unlivable. The danger was realized too late, and billions died in the resulting climate change. Mankind faced extinction, but there were those who refused to give up and kept fighting. By integrating their own technology with the laws of nature, man attempted to restore the lost balance. This was the Yggdrasil Project. Named for the mythological Tree of Life, the project hoped to purify the contaminated Earth. Its lead researcher worked tirelessly, collecting data to contribute to the project. But all the while, the deaths mounted. The researcher lost his teammates, and soon after that, his wife and child. But he never gave up. He continued his research. At long last, he was able to synthesize a compound that would heal the land. That's what healing. But his experiments showed that full recovery would still take thousands of years. To see the Yggdrasil project through would take more time than mankind had left. The despairing researcher considered his options. As the last researcher alive, he felt an obligation to see the culmination of their work. In order to finish the job, the researcher took Yggdrasil's power into himself. He relinquished his humanity to be forever fused with the great world tree. I was that man. I am Yggdrasil's guardian, the only survivor of my era. I led the project to revive the Earth, and I now serve as the God's executor. Adventurers, you now know the secrets of the Yggdrasil Labyrinth. However, Yggdrasil's Labyrinth, its mysteries must remain unsolved. I bear you no malice, but I cannot allow you to leave the Labyrinth alive. In dying, let your blood fertilize the land. Live forever within Yggdrasil. Etrian has appeared. HP is 22,000, attack is 65, defense is 48. It's weak to fire and has no other weaknesses or resistances. Status resistances are Stun, Fear, Curse, Sleep, Panic, Paralysis, Blind, and Armbind. Status immune to Death and Petrify. Its skills are Root Cyclone. Using its legs, it deals incredibly high damage, bash damage to the entire party. Thousand Nails. Using its arms, it deals 4 to 5 random stab attacks across the entire party. Infernal Drain. Using its head, it deals heavy almighty damage to one target, and it may insta-kill. It also heals Etrian for a portion of the damage dealt. King's Resolve. Using its head, it removes spells from the entire party, and then it uses Tempest next turn. King's Pride. While not using any limbs, it removes all ailments and binds from the Etrian. Tempest, using its arms, it deals 5 to 7 random cut attacks across the entire party. And Eternal Trunk. Using its head, it regenerates health at the end of the turn for over 3 turns. This is going to be a long battle! Well, it makes sense. This is the final boss. Of the main story, of course. We still got post-game to put up with. And along with one other scenario that was only exclusive to the story mode of this game. The Untold story mode, I mean. Not the classic one. So I actually could have leveled up my party a bit more here, and they probably would have had less trouble towards the end, but the thing is, I more or less fought with this, like around this level, for my older playthrough in Etrian Odyssey 4. So I was like, nah, we can take him on at 57. We're cool. And hey, we did take him on at 57. What was the last level I was in for Etrian Odyssey 4, I wonder? Let's see, the final boss levels were... Well, it was around 55. Yeah. No, Stella dead. I'm still alive. Drain Bites is actually keeping Echo awake. That's pretty funny. Also probably not surprising considering who she is. Yeah, Healing Lullaby is definitely helping a lot here. Ooh, that could have been better. Stella died again. Oh, jeez. Oh, Twi and Kiru are dead now. I actually had to make my way to revive everyone. The fact that I came back from this at all is actually impressive. I like mine. And twice revived. Right? Yep. Nice. Has the nails. Got him. And that's the final boss. Goodbye, Chitin. There was a distant shattering. The small but clear sound marked the end of the world they knew. The body of Etrian's chieftains rolled down from the mighty tree Yggdrasil. The emotions giving strength to the tree faded. G10's corpse bore the signs as well. After 1,000 years, his cold shell laid still on the ground before their feet. Yggdrasil had stopped moving. There was no way for them to know how much of the ruined world had been purified, but they resolved not to give up, reasoning that trials existed to be overcome. The adventurers who had traveled all this way would no longer fear any obstacles. Though one adventure was over, they made a pact that day. Their new purpose was to save the Earth and spread Yggdrasil's truth to others. Alright, that's that. Etrian Odyssey Etrian Odyssey Untold Virtual Remix at Red Sun Episode 5. I have... I know the plot twist started, like, at the end of Episode 4 because I need to explore, like, what the game was trying to get at. But honestly, it still holds up well to this day. Funny enough, one other Atlas game actually does this approach as well. I'm not gonna say which one, but you probably get the idea. But yeah, it's been pretty fun. So, that may be the ending to Etrian Odyssey Untold, but that's only for the main story. Where's the music in this? Hang on. I'm realizing right now that I'm doing this without music. I just get something from Etrian Odyssey? Yeah. This will do nicely. I probably could just use VLC for this. I'll figure it out another time. Okay. So, the main story of Etrian Odyssey Untold is over by this point. However, I did not show the credits. That is because I will have to go through post-game. Post-game will be the 6th Stratum, along with all the other quests that I have yet to do, and the other optional bosses that I come across. Along with that, there is a specific story that was originally exclusive to Untold Story Mode. Thanks to the mod, however, we will explore that with both Red Sun and Blue Moon teams in a separate video or stream, whichever that case may be. Alright. All that's left is to do Blue Moon Episode 5, and then we can finally tackle post-game stuff. And that's the end of streaming for this week. I have no idea what to do for now. I think... I mean, I have no idea what to do for the next week. It's probably going to be Etrian Odyssey Untold Blue Moon as well. Since I already have the footage from that, I just need to re-encode it. I have Rayman. I have Rayman that I can play. I can... What other game should I play next week, though? I know there are several games coming out this week. Or this month, rather. Wait, when's Trial in the Sky first? Trails in the Sky. Trails in the Sky first chapter. Oh, that's next week. Next week, Friday. Huh. Okay. I'll play Trails in the Sky then. Alright, well, I'll figure it out. I think I already have what I need. Okay, time to raid someone! That will be... Who else could it be? No, I already raided her a few times. Someone. Alright. You know what? Why not her? Or, wait, hold on. I already raided me at home, yeah. Tower rat. Let's go. You get it right? Yes, I did. Awesome. Alright. Rayman, Trails, and Etrian Odyssey as well. This has been Welkin Liner. Oh wait, I got put on credits. Okay, this has been Welkin Liner. Until next time, see you later.